If your Firestick remote has suddenly stopped working, refuses to pair, or only some of the buttons are responding, don't order a replacement just yet. There are several things that can cause this, and most of them are surprisingly easy to fix. I'm going to walk you through 7 solutions, starting with the quickest. I'll also show you how to control your Firestick from your phone so you're not completely stuck while you troubleshoot. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the obvious one, but there's an important battery mistake that catches a lot of people out. Take the back cover off your remote and remove both batteries. While they're out, check the metal contacts. If you see dust or light corrosion, give them a gentle scrape and a wipe with a dry cloth. Replace both batteries with a fresh matching pair. Don't mix an old one with a new one. Also check that they're facing the right way. Press a button and check it's working. If it's still dead, move closer to your TV and try the next fix. Now before we reset anything on the remote, let's completely restart the Firestick itself. Unplug the Firestick from the TV and the power from the wall. Leave it completely disconnected for about 60 seconds. This forces the Firestick and its Bluetooth connection to fully shut down. Plug the power back in and wait for the Fire TV home screen to load. Now bring your remote close to the stick and press and hold the home button for about 10 seconds. Wait a few seconds to see if it reconnects. If it still won't pair, let's use your phone as a temporary backup. If you need to use your TV right now, grab your smartphone and install the official Amazon Fire TV app from the App Store or Google Play. Make sure your phone and your Firestick are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Open the app, select the remote icon and choose your Fire TV device. A connection code will pop up on your television screen. Just type that code into the app. You can now navigate your Firestick using your phone. It's actually brilliant because you can use your phone's keyboard to type in passwords and searches instead of clicking around the on-screen keyboard with your remote. Now that we have control again, we can try pairing the physical remote properly. Using your new phone app remote, go to Settings, then Remotes and Bluetooth Devices, select Amazon Fire TV remotes and click Add New Remote. Now grab your physical remote and hold down the home button for about 10 seconds. When your remote's name appears on the TV screen, select it using your phone app. If your remote still isn't being detected here, it's time for a full factory reset of the remote itself. Now don't worry, this won't delete your apps or reset your actual Firestick, just your remote. Follow these steps carefully because timing is important. If you need a written step-by-step guide for this to follow at your own pace, I have a full guide over on firetvsticks.com. First, unplug your Firestick from the power supply and wait 60 seconds. Grab your remote, press and hold 3 buttons at the exact same time. The left side of the navigation ring, the menu button, which is the 3 horizontal lines, and the back button. Hold all 3 down together for exactly 12 seconds. Release them and wait 5 seconds. Take the batteries out of the remote. Plug your Firestick back into the power and wait another 60 seconds for it to boot up. Put the batteries back in and press the home button once. The LED should eventually blink, meaning it paired successfully. If it doesn't, hold the home button for 10 seconds to force it. Older remotes might use a different button combination, so I've linked Amazon's official reset page in the description below. Since the remote uses Bluetooth, it doesn't need line of sight, but it can be affected by interference. If your Fire Stick is squeezed tightly behind a wall-mounted TV, use the little flexible HDMI extender cable that came in the box. Moving the stick just a few inches away from the back of the TV can massively improve wireless reception. Also, check how your Fire Stick is powered. If the USB cable is plugged directly into the back of your TV, switch it to the official Amazon power adapter and plug it into a wall socket. TV USB ports often don't provide consistent power, which causes freezing and lag that looks like a remote problem, but it's actually a power problem. Finally, this is a great temporary fix. Many modern TVs can actually control a Fire Stick using your standard TV remote through a feature called HDMI CEC. Pick up your normal TV remote and try the directional arrows. If it works, you're good to go. If not, look inside your television's settings and make sure HDMI CEC is enabled. Now, different brands call it different things. LG calls it SimpLink, Samsung calls it AnyNet Plus, and Sony calls it Bravia Sync. Just make sure it's turned on in your TV settings and also turned on inside your Fire Stick display settings. Before we wrap up, what if the phone app couldn't find your Fire Stick because your Wi-Fi changed? Well, you can actually use a second phone to create a mobile hotspot using your exact old Wi-Fi name and password. The Fire Stick will connect to it automatically, allowing your app to find it so you can update the network settings. I've got a dedicated video walking through this step by step, so I'll link that on screen right now and down in the description. Also, if the navigation ring works, but the power and volume buttons don't, your remote is fine. Those specific buttons control your TV via infrared. Just go into Settings, Equipment Control, Manage Equipment, and run through the TV setup again. If you've tried absolutely everything and the remote is just dead, it might be time for a replacement. Be sure to check Amazon's warranty page first. Now, while devices come with a standard warranty, separately purchased remotes sometimes only have a 90-day limited warranty. I've put links to genuine replacement remotes in the description below so you don't accidentally buy a cheap infrared knockoff. Let me know down in the comments which of these fixes worked for you. Was it the batteries, the 12-second reset, or did you realise it was a power issue? Your comments genuinely help other people who are stuck with the same problem. If this video saved you from buying a new remote, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more straightforward tech fixes and tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.